had these tyres for the day before yesterday because I had to get the last tyre repaired, then I got a slow puncture on it, then I put a tube in and all was good. And now these Heidenau K60s, I did read that they can be prone to slowly deflating, and my tire pressure monitor was reading down at 16 psi. So I stopped at the garage and just put it back up to 42 on the rear. The front was holding, the rear wasn't. I felt it getting a little kind of squashy and wobbly and what have you. So I wonder, is it because I was running it at road pressure and it doesn't particularly like it. Some of the guys are saying they have to run them a little lower pressure and then they're fine. But that doesn't quite hold true for me, because I'm thinking if I've got it at 42, it's got to come back down through 35, say, on its way to 16, which is where it was. 14 is where it landed. So the question is, if it was just tyre pressures, why didn't it stop at 35 where it was comfortable holding that pressure? So that kind of tells me I may have a problem with my rim, or, well, the bike wheel rim, if you'll forgive me, or the valve stem on the tire pressure monitor system, which is inside the wheel. So that's really bizarre. Now, I've only come a couple of miles since the garage, but it's holding at steady 42, which is kind of where you want it to be. The bike does feel a bit better, I have to say. Obviously it's got to feel better than when I was running on 16. So what do you do, really? Drive mode street. Let's have that. And damping street. Let's have that. Ridiculously quick. I mean, have your license taken off you and ripped up kind of quick. Which is kind of mad for an adventure bike, because you get all this comfort and all the electronics, and still it rides like a bloody hooligan if you let it, or it will let you. I've never been up that road. Okay, I'll go and have a look at that at some point. What I'm going to do is try and get round from Llandovery to Bilth. Down to Story Arms. This road is one of the best loops in Wales. If you're ever in Wales, start at Merthyr, head for Brecon, PA 470 through Story Arms. There's a left turn for a place called Deffinog. Go through there to Senny Bridge. Head for Llandovery from there. Head for Bilthwells from there. Head for Brecon from there. And then back down to Merthyr roundabout. So you can stop for a coffee halfway around and get Llandovery. There's a good cafe in there, biker friendly. And take you, I don't know, 2-3 hours I guess, depending on your riding speed and how long you stay for coffee. These roads are awesome. Lots of little twists and turns. Also lots of bikes and some idiots doing stupid overtakes, so just have your wits about you, keep your position right. I had a guy who would have wiped me out last week. Was I in the wrong position? He nearly took a cyclist out on the opposite side of the road. He went that wide on his overtaking on a bend. Of his bike or his senses. His tyre pressure seems to be holding. The road just fine. It's a little bit damp under the trees. Still taking these bends at 60 miles an hour and they're holding up just fine. No movement. I have read that they can get a little squirrely on white paint. Don't they all when it's damp? Just look at these roads, just awesome. So I've been watching a lot of motorcycle vloggers lately. Jeez, you know what? I think I'm getting old. I find I'm actually watching them for how they're riding as they're talking. And one of them in particular, call him out by name, but he makes a habit of lane splitting, as they call it in the US, in Canada, and then kind of filming himself doing it and then chopping in bits of footage of idiot drivers doing stupid things, which you see a lot of when you're out in a car or on a bike. And if you're watching, there's a lot of numbskulls who don't really have much idea what they're doing. There's one guy in particular, Jesus, when he's filtering, as it's correctly known, I say somewhat tongue-in-cheek, he's blasting between cars, you know, kind of 40, 50 miles an hour. All the while talking away, giving a kind of running commentary. And don't get me wrong, I know we can multitask. I'm multitasking here through these roads. I mean, I know these roads like the back of my hand. You'll still hear me quiet going into some bends because I'm actually watching my line, watching for traffic on the other side. And I hope that's not inviting disaster. But so like that, you've got a correct position away from big heavy things coming at you. One for the fact that they may be on your side of the road or drift that way, because they tend to, because they're big and don't fit. The wind kind of thrown off them can destabilise you, and you may well find there's a biker behind it looking for that bend to open up, and he kind of guns it. If you find yourself over on that white line here as he comes around that bend on your side of the road, then you're both fucked basically. Sorry, so good example of why you kind of need to be watchful of what you're doing. But this guy, anyway, filtering 40-50 miles an hour, and then kind of yapping away, and I'm thinking it's just it's an accident waiting to happen. Because one thing you know about drivers when they get bored in traffic, if they spot a gap, so drivers, if they get bored in traffic, if they spot a gap in a lane they're not in, they're going to want to put themselves there, and their entire focus is on that space, and their body movements are kind of automatic then. They're turning the steering wheel, they're hitting the accelerator, and they're putting themselves where they want to be. And you've got no time to react to that if you're doing 40 or 50 miles an hour. So if I get to here and he decides to move, screwed, right? Absolutely screwed. Nothing I can do about it. I could brake, possibly reduce my speed by a couple of miles an hour, but I'm getting wiped out. And depending on where he hits me or where I hit him, if he's out before I get there, I'm straight into the back of him. If he takes a side swipe at me, I could easily be under a car at the side. And you don't want to be on the floor in traffic. It's kind of detrimental to human health, I would have said, if you're laying in traffic. Now, I'm not pretending to be a riding god or any such like. And I certainly don't consider myself a fast rider. But I have done advanced training with the police and with advanced training groups. I've passed tests, but I know I'm still bloody learning every day and constantly looking out, making sure someone's not trying to kill me. Our luck as motorcyclists, there'll be someone sat in one of these cars just out of bed this hour on a Sunday morning, and they decide to pull straight out. You get someone coming out of a side road without looking, thinking the road is usually clear because they're out in the countryside. And that's not to say that you have to ride like you're terrified, but if you ride defensively, anticipating things that may happen, then you're always going to be in a better place, better position to deal with anything that goes wrong. positioning, speed and awareness will make you smoother and consequently probably faster too. And truth be told, I just enjoy biking for biking's sake. There was a quote from Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance where they said it's the side of the mountain that sustains life, not the top. The analogy being that you should enjoy the journey rather than just getting there. That guy was rather rapid. I suspect he was just pulling in from my side of the road back there. So I get out to enjoy this kind of stuff, you know? Blasting through little twisties, having the road to yourself. It's quite nice, you know. I want to get home, don't get me wrong, I don't want to get home in one piece. I'm looking forward to getting home and see my little boy and my wife and spending some time. But I enjoy just being on the bike, which is quite nice. So perhaps you can let me know in the comments below what it is that you enjoy about dusting your bike off and throwing your leg over. You know, what is it that does it for you? Is it purely the speed? Is it the practicality? Is it enjoying the journey? Sharing it with friends? Whatever it might be. Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next... So let me know in the comments below and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. I might get used to doing these, they're quite good fun. See you later.